Okay, so put it back to back up on the shelf where we originally have it. So I actually live here in Boston, so we rent, and there's not going to be a way to really mount it to the ceiling. Just didn't really see an option up here. Definitely wanted to minimize the wires, and so this is the alternative my wife and I could compromise on. So um, because of like many of your partners out there, they may not want a full home theater setup and don't want the cost and all the wires and all the hassle. So this is kind of the best alternative we could come up with. So basically the way we've got it set up is the HDMI cord and power cord, and then I actually have a another sound bar that I bought at Walmart, which I'll turn that on so you can hear the difference in sound. But and then down below here I have my Xbox One S, which will be the primary input for this. So I'm just gonna show you right here. This is with the can lights on. So this has got ambient light from both these windows inside this space, basically from the wall kind of here to where we're standing is about 12 feet. About 11 and a half, 12 feet when we looked at it. And the dimensions here put from corner to corner about 130 inches. So it says that it can go up to 135 or something along those lines, but at this throw distance it does a pretty decent job. The focus is done right on the lens. It's manual, so you can screw or unscrew the lens, or there's a little toggle in the front to make sure that it focuses properly. I have to actually use the bottom legs to make sure that it props to this exact position, so that otherwise it would be much higher on the ceiling. And so I've adjusted the keystoning to make sure it matches up, but the focus is slightly off because it's basically, I find that from about this section to this section you're going to find in focus, and then the vast majority, kind of about this amount, is in focus. It may be better if you were shooting straight on a projector screen right on the wall that's not slightly tilted like the way I have it on the shelf, but just so you're aware that does kind of happen. So I'm gonna go through the menu. So I have the button here, and so we're going to look at the setup. And the way that I've set up the menu is the picture mode is on user with brightness at 50, so it actually can go much higher. Color at 74, color temperature at medium, aspect ratio 16 by 9, and then the noise ratio or noise reduction is off. I did find it did create a lot more kind of jumping pixels all over, and so I think it was best to just avoid using it. So if we go back, the primary input is usually the Roku, but like I said before, we're not really using it anymore because we have the Xbox set up. But it has the option of using the media device directly through the USB. Same with the music, HDMI 1 and 2. So I'm going to go to HDMI 1, which is set up with the Xbox. So I have Sling set up here, which I'm going to see if I can get a stream going, so you'll be able to get a view. We'll just do CNN. So with our internet connection, we can get pretty consistent 1080p. And this is just with the can lights on. So if you shut the can lights off inside the room, you get even better color representation. And this is just the speaker sound. Closed captioning brought to you by InventHelp. Call 1-800-591-4003. Got an idea for an invention, but don't know what to do next? So So we are just on a wall, so there are some speckles on there because it's not entirely smooth. But I've been pretty surprised and very happy with the color representation that you see on here. again, this is not a 4K $2,000 projector, and you're not going to get the very best. But I've been pleasantly surprised. I think that for the money, this is even better value than I think that other 4K TV that I got. And the reason is just for the size and the enjoyment. It's been fantastic.